All eyes are on Goa today, and no, it's not what you're thinking. There is no concert or beach party. Goa is hosting a major diplomatic meeting. The SCO foreign ministers are in town. SCO is the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. New Delhi is chairing the SCO this year, so all major summits will be held in India. This one is the foreign ministers' meeting. Most of the delegates have already arrived in Goa, but there is one around whom there's a lot of interest. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari. He is the foreign minister of Pakistan. Bhutto landed in Goa around evening. He was careful to depict this visit as multilateral and not bilateral. Listen to the statement before his departure. During my visit, which is focused exclusively on the SCO, I look forward to constructive discussions with my counterparts from friendly countries. India feels the same. Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar is holding bilateral meetings with most of his counterparts in Goa. He's already met the Russian and Chinese foreign ministers, but a meeting with Bhutto is unlikely, at least a formal one. Jaishankar said last month that talks and terror cannot go hand in hand. It was a clear message of India's intent. Nonetheless, you can understand the symbolism around it. The last time a Pakistani foreign minister visited India was in 2011. It's been more than a decade. So Bhutto's visit has stirred some excitement. The Goa summit is a two-day event. Today was all about settling in. Minister Jaishankar also hosted a dinner for the foreign ministers. But tomorrow is business day, which brings us to the most important question. What is on the agenda? India's SCO presidency theme is secure. S for security, E for economic development, C for connectivity, U for unity, R for respecting sovereignty, and E for environmental protection. SECURE. Pretty much covers everything. But what are the key issues and deliverables? Reports say 15 proposals will be cleared by the foreign ministers. These will be forwarded to July for the main summit. That's when the heads of state, SCO heads of state and government will gather in India again. I'll list out some of the important issues. One is a national payment system, a mechanism to trade in local currencies within the SCO. It's a very ambitious project. Reports say talks are only in the initial stages. Another issue is of the expansion of the SCO. Belarus and Iran's membership will be discussed by the foreign ministers. So will observer status for Kuwait, the UAE, Myanmar and the Maldives. Speaking of Myanmar, some interesting developments there. The Chinese foreign minister made a stop in Myanmar before reaching Goa. He also met the leader of the military junta. Why is this important? Because China has always eyed influence in Myanmar. It has provided weapons for the junta, invested billions in the country's infrastructure, not to mention offered legitimacy for the regime. No other country has recognized the military rulers of Myanmar. So a meeting with the Chinese foreign minister is a big deal. But what do they get in return? A direct access to the Indian Ocean and the Bay of Bengal. And it's a strategic concern for India, one that extends to the SCO. You see, most countries in this organization are Chinese allies. Beijing sees the SCO as a tool to undermine the West, just like it sees the BRICS. And that leaves India in a pickle. New Delhi does not want to be stuck in a Chinese boys' club. At the same time, it doesn't want to lose out on opportunities presented by the SCO. This is a group that makes up around 30% of the world's GDP, 17.5% of global trade, and 42% of the global population. Plus, it could be India's window to Central Asia. So the challenge is to strike a balance, to use the SCO where it suits New Delhi. Hence the secure agenda. India has tried to push the SCO beyond just security and strategy. There is now focus on economic and cultural cooperation. And that balancing act will be challenged tomorrow. The discussions will inevitably cover Ukraine and Western sanctions. Those will be the tricky issues to navigate. We'll be tracking this summit closely.